Last time we spent a few days at the North Sound of Virgin Gorda on a mooring ball at the Bitter End Yacht Club. We explored the beach and hung out at the Bitter End Yacht Club to enjoy the amenities. We took a dinghy trip to Marina Village at Oil Nut Bay, had lunch, and made some new friends. We visited Saba Rock and explored the entire island, which is amazing, by the way.
It's beautiful.
It is.
We also spent quite a bit of time getting the boat ready for Bareboat Charter service. We went to Leverett Bay, did some shopping, and walked around looking at the sights. We did a dinghy drive-by at Mosquito Island. I went swimming with the remora under our boat. I took some photographs of Cabo on the mooring ball, and overall, we had a good time. This is my buddy Brian. I'm Richard. I tend to take things a little too serious, so goofing around is good for me. And this is Georgia, my better half. We hope you join us for our adventures and travels on Cabo. Okay, it's time to put the dinghy away. First is to pull it in. Once I get into the dinghy, I get the block and tackle and connect it to the forward lines there. I added a new line and left the old, so there's two lines. Once that's completed, put the aft block on. Same thing, new line, so there's two of them now. Remove the keys. Put the keys on the table. Close the clutches. I start with the forward line, putting it on the winch, pull up the front of the boat. On this dinghy setup, I have to switch lines to move to the after line, and pull up the back of the boat. When the transom's out of the water, I remove the drain plug so the water can drain. I go back to the winch and continue to pull the dinghy up all the way. Swapping to the forward line, and the dinghy is in the vertical position. Now I'm going to secure the stern line to a cleat and pull the dinghy in so it doesn't swing forward and aft or sideways from the dinghy's perspective. You just have to flip the button again for me, please. Yep. Raising the engine so the waters or the waves don't hit the engine when we're underway. More. A little more. Good. Thanks, hon.
You're welcome.
Here I connect the bow line to the winch and tighten it up to pull the dinghy against the davits so it doesn't move. If we were making an offshore passage, I would use straps from the D-rings on the end of the davits underneath the hull back to the boat. Putting the lifelines back into position to keep us all on board. Putting the lines away. It's time to unzip the main sail bag. And start them. A little bit forward. So the mooring lines are under tension. Going forward unloads the lines, so it makes it easy to get them off the cleats. You're clear, honey. Go around the balls, not over them. Give a little more gas. You have more control with a little more speed. Yeah, go to the right a little bit. There you go. More to the right, honey. Yes. There you go. right of that motor yacht, in between the catamaran and the motor yacht. Miami. Admiral Georgia has taken the helm. Island in the background. Your hair looks terrible. Might not having hair. Now we're sailing from the North Sound of Virgin Gorda to Tortola to turn the boat over to Conch Charters for charter service. And we are sailing in 9 knots of apparent wind. We got 5.3 knots of speed over ground, or boat speed I should say. So it's an easy sail and it's nice. We're screaming now. We're doing 2.8 knots and 3 knots of wind. Sail. Motor sailing with one engine. This is the nice part. Easy breezes underway. Logs behind me now. I'm putting the Genoa furler on the electric winch. Makes putting the Genoa away very easy. Okay, so pop the blue clutch, honey. Start letting it out a little bit. We start by relaxing the sheets, then we pull in the Genoa furler and follow this process all the way till the Genoa is completely spooled up on the furler. Take a wrap off. Alright, we are done. Put the blue clutch on. So we're at the point where if we continue sailing, we will sail for 5 miles and we'll still be 5 miles away from Road Town. So I figure we'll just motor 5 miles to Road Town. The cruise ship seemed to come and go at great frequency while we worked on the boat getting her ready for bareboat charter service. The boat has been unpacked with our personal effects in these boxes. It's an odd sensation that is difficult to express. Getting the boat ready for charter was hard work and was taking a toll. We decided to get off the boat and stop working for a bit. We were off for a walk but didn't realize how worn down we were. We stopped at Bamboushay to have a beverage. While we were sitting there, Baccus comes across the street with Julie to join us and visit as they waited for their ferry back to Virgin Gorda. That was such a lovely surprise. Thanks, Baccus and Julie. We are walking back to the boat now. It is not far, but we considered getting a cab. Honey. This lovely Italian restaurant across the street from the ferry dock in Road Town was recommended to us by my ex-stepbrother Jay, so we stopped in and had an amazing dinner, and plan to make it a regular stop whenever we are in town. Our last morning in Road Town. It's going to be a pretty day. Boat's all cleaned up, ready for charter. Our stuff's either in the port forward locker or in boxes in storage. And closers off, and we're off. We're on the Bareboat Charter. We caught the 7:30 ferry that was an hour late, departing Road Town at 8:30 a.m. No matter, we have plenty of time as things happen, and it is good to have lots of wiggle room in the schedule to accommodate such hiccups.
Bareboat Charter. Headed for St. Thomas.
I've always liked boat rides, watching the water, the waves, feeling the motion of the boat. Thanks for joining us.
You can see our boat. See the sail going up. It's 2 boats over. We're a boat over.
Hello and welcome aboard the passenger vessel Bareboat Charter.
We made it to the ticket counter at 9:45. The ticket counter opens at 10 a.m. We checked in and relaxed as we waited for our flights. I had spent years saving, planning, learning, and dreaming about getting a cruising boat. The dream of being on the water, sailing, and of traveling to different places was a worthy goal. The idea and dream of making passages with family and friends, of being at anchor and relaxing to enjoy the anchorage in the company of myself and others, well, that's exciting. Meeting new people, making new friendships and hearing their stories, being disconnected from the daily news cycle and all that it entails in being a cruiser, that's where we were going. But the reality is often very different than the fantasy. Add in a little health hiccup, and the adventure is now something entirely different. But that is okay. I mean, it has to be, right? Even in the face of all this adversity, we had some good adventures, had some amazing voyages under sail, got plenty of exercise, visited different countries, and hung out with people we would have never met. We got reacquainted with old friends, we stretched ourselves, and yes, it was expensive, but so what? It's not like we can take it with us when we pass. And the adventures that have been created for ourselves and others, well, that is priceless. We are not done yet, and we will be back on the boat before we know it. That's all for now. Don't forget to like and subscribe, please leave a comment, and come back next time for our next adventure. Thanks for watching.